everybody. Welcome back. Stay Petty merch has officially launched today. You can pick some of that up at shop.charlottedobre.net. We have a bunch of new items, zip-up hoodies with Stay Petty on the back. We have long sleeves, t-shirts. We've got pillows, water bottles, and Stay Petty bags. This stuff will only be available for a limited time, and then we're moving on to some new products. And now let's get to the petty. Get ready to petty. I'm always ready to petty, honestly.
If my cat whinges for food before it's 8 a.m, I make him wait till 8:05. I also wake him constantly during the day as punishment. My friend kept drinking my chocolate drink, so one day I put laxatives in one and he drank it and he hasn't touched it. My husband constantly critiques my driving but always wants me to drive, so one day I stopped dead on the road until he apologised, sat there for 20 minutes.
Good for you! Yes!
I take eggs out the carton in the middle to annoy my husband. I love hearing why. I fell out with a girl I knew, so I called the DJ for her birthday party and cancelled. When I'm mad at my husband, I walk around humming Bad Bad. Leroy Brown gets stuck in his head. My husband hates the volume when anything is left on 13. I set the volume of everything to 13 just to see how long it takes.
Oh gosh. Is it bad that I love being in a relationship where we prank each other with petty jokes?
So I was in the 9th grade and there was like this new kid who joined into like the class. We'll call him Jay for this story. So Jay and I became really, really close friends. Like we'd message every single day, yada yada yada. Then he became one of the popular boys and started to bully me because of it, because of course, well, why wouldn't he? So I put glue on his lock, which meant that he couldn't open his locker. And I was open about it. I literally was talking about it out loud, got my detention, first detention I ever had, and it was the funniest thing seeing the teacher having to write down detention because of a glue lock.
Wow, that probably happened like years ago, and the fact that you're still reveling in it is a testament to how joyous pettiness is. How joyful I feel for your petty. Wait, what is going on? So wait. 2 terabytes of how does one use up 2 terabytes? I like how your response to that is to go and block Apple. I don't think they care. They're just gonna say, how did you use up 2 terabytes?
In high school, I dated this guy from sophomore to senior year, so roughly 2.5 years. I found out one day that he was getting from his ex's mom, our senior year. And, you know, I was heartbroken. We did a break. I took him back like I did many times. It was a very unhealthy relationship. But I wanted to get him back. I really did. So he had this very long and flowy hair. He was super proud of it. I made him cut it off. I said, if you want me back, you want a clean slate, this is what you have to do. So he did. And then we went to Sweethearts, our dance that we had the couple days after that. And then I dumped him. And I left him bald.
Oh my gosh, I was wondering where that was going, but oh, that's evil. Hair does grow back. You should have made him get a tattoo.
I wouldn't suggest doing this now. I've grown up. But when I was 16, Allie was a petty. One time when I found out my boyfriend was cheating on me, I went over to KSL. If you don't know what KSL is, it's like a Utah thing. It's basically just like Facebook Marketplace. But I took a picture off of Google of a really nice laptop. I priced it way low. It was like a steal for people. People wanted it. And I posted it. And I linked his phone number and then said, call me if interested. So this motherfucker was getting calls and texts constantly about some laptop that he wasn't selling. Talking to the point where he literally went to the phone store and changed his phone number. And you're the only person who has the control to make it so it goes away. Do not use this.
Oh, never. Won't ever use that or tell you to do that. Simple but effective.
So there's this one guy who would never show up to class. He only showed up on exam days, and he would always sit next to me. I didn't really think much of it. I just thought he like had a little crush on me, you know what I'm saying? But he did not. That was not the case. It turns out he liked the answers I put on my test. So I finally caught on that he was, snooping at my paper. That's why he always sat next to me. So the next time we had a test, he sat next to me again. And I felt his head, looking at my paper like he do. And I was like, this boy's not about to look at my answers again. So you know what I did? I started to fill in all the wrong answers on my answer sheet.
Good.
All the wrong answers.
Good for
then
you.
in my packet, I would put a little dot by the right answer so I could go back and change it. So when I finished circulating my answers, he was also magically done. So he left and turned his paper in. As soon as he left, I went back, changed all my answers back. So the next time we have class, for the first time he makes a public appearance, he sits next to me and asks, what did you get on your test? I was like, I got a B. He was so shocked. He was like, how? I failed. He was like, what did you do? I looked at him and I said, I studied. What do you mean?
Yes, that is amazing. Good for you. Ugh, terrible. And the thing is, if he just took some time out of his day and actually did some work, I'm sure he would have done okay on the test. But no, that'll teach him not to cheat. I'm surprised he didn't get caught.
This was about 6 years ago, and my new neighbor had him a new neighbor, me. He didn't like that because he had the same neighbor since 1964. Just so happens that I like to fix cars. Well, I bought 3 cars to make one in the period of a weekend. So I bring 3 cars home Friday. Well, come Sunday, 2 of them were gone. Well, he called the county ordinance on me. He told me I had 30 days to remove the vehicles from the premises, which I did in 3. So I said, okay, he wants to be a dickhead. I'm going to call the county on him for building an addition on his house without it being inspected. I'm the nicest person in the world and do anything for you, but don't. Long story short, I didn't have to pay no fines because the cars were gone in 3 days. And his addition cost him over $2,500 to fix, because he already put the drywall up and never had the electrical inspected. So he had to tear all that back out and fix it. I'll spend $10,000 to prove a $100 point real quick. That's how petty I am.
Excellent. See, it doesn't cost you much to just be a nice person. Or we could do this the hard way, the petty way.
So this isn't my story, it's actually my mom's, but it's pretty funny every time she tells it. So early on in my parents' marriage, my mom had this blue car that nobody else had. Like, it was some kind of special thing where it was the only one that had been made, especially in our area, so it was the only one that was in existence. So she goes to this 24-hour gas station late at night because she needed something, and the cashier lady looked out the window and was like, oh my gosh, my boyfriend has a car just like that. And in case you haven't put 2 and 2 together, it had to be my dad because that was the only car like that. So she's like, oh my gosh, does he really? Let's go do something fun tonight. What time do you get off of work? So she waits for this lady to get off of work in her socks and pajamas, takes her out to the party that my dad and all his friends are at. They walk up and everybody in the circle just falls silent. Kind of crappy that they all knew, but anyways, the girl realized what was going on. It was kind of traumatizing for her, but my mom doesn't really feel bad.
I wouldn't feel bad either. Note to self, get a car that no one else has. Also note to self, learn how to drive.
When I was 8 months pregnant, I stopped at a truck stop and I asked the manager, where's the bathroom? And she told me it was in the back and that they were cleaning it, but they should be finished. Just go right in. So I went to open the door and the women were cleaning. They were doing the mirrors because they had already finished. They slammed the door in my face. And I said, I really have to use the restroom. And they said, we're cleaning. And I said, I understand, but I'm pregnant and I'm about to pee my pants. And she said, we're cleaning. What don't you understand about that? And I was like, I really have to pee. Like, I'm going to pee my pants. And she said, I don't care. And I was like, then I'll pee on the floor. And she said, do it. And I was like, okay. And then they slammed the door in my face again. So I went over to the men's restroom, which was full of men. I went into the stall and I pissed on the floor. And then I threw some toilet paper on it. So that way they knew that it was my pee, because I told them I was going to and they told me to do it. So I did. And I'm not even mad about it. I'm not ashamed. I'm not proud of it, but it is what it is.
Ooh, I love that for you. I really, really do. You poor thing. They were just gonna let you just pee your pants? Dude, I understand they were cleaning, but if they're wiping down the mirrors, you can use the toilet. I'm pregnant and there's nothing I can do. It's just gonna come out. I can't wait to be pregnant so I can just have the excuse to pee my pants.
2 nights ago, my wife was on TikTok. I seen her come past 2 of my videos. Not only did she not like them, she didn't even watch them to the end. So when she went to sleep, I deleted the app off her phone.
You know what? How dare she? How dare she? Retention counts. If your significant other won't watch your videos until the end, who will? Okay? I take that personal. Watch my videos until the end. Sharky's gonna get you. Please watch till the end. It makes a difference.
Oh, I fully own up to being petty and not the best person here, but we have told this girl time and time again to leave us alone. And I recently found her stalking my Instagram from her mother's account. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna find the most unflattering pictures of her and make her my header. So every time she does stalk my profile, she sees her own face. Hi, Carly.
That is evil genius. Next level evil genius petty. Hats off to you, my dear. She looks so unimpressed. That is the face she makes when she stalks your profile. 100%.
I come from a time where you have one family email address that the whole family uses. And my mom recently divorced my dad for cheating. And he booked he and his mistress, now girlfriend, 2 first-class tickets to Vegas. And he's very old school, so A, he's not going to realize he did it. B, he's going to print his paper confirmation and he's going to forget about it and show up at the airport. So I waited until I knew he had printed it and I canceled their flights. And because the email came to me, so did the cancellation emails. So when they go to the airport in April, they're not going to have a flight.
Oh my goodness. Is he one of those people that checks in early though? Because he might not go all the way to the airport, just saying. You said he's old school, but even the old school ones like to check in early. They'll be on the phone with Air Canada for like 4 hours beforehand. Still, genius.
My ex sent me an invitation to his wedding with the girl that he cheated on me with, just to piss me off. But I wasn't mad at all. No. I went to that wedding, and I brought 2 dates. I brought her ex-boyfriend and the guy that she was cheating on my ex with. They are now divorced.
I feel like it's probably a good idea to not invite your exes to your weddings. Plural. Weddings, plural. Maybe.
We can start with the very first petty one where he broke up with me, but he cheated on me. And I knew the password to his laptop and then realized that the same password for his laptop was the password for his Instagram, his Snapchat, his Facebook, his emails, everything.
He's
it was the
stupid.
Same password. And I would log in, and the girl that he cheated on me with and left me for, I would log in and block her. And I would unlike all her photos. I couldn't do it in the middle of the day. I would wait till like 2 at night, like 2 in the morning or whatever. And I would log in to make him think that it was just resetting overnight. And they didn't figure it out for months. Months, okay? He did tell everyone I was a psychopath, and that's absolutely okay. But he did end up cheating on her with me and every girl that he's been with since then. But, you know, he was a horrible person. He was a horrible, he still is a horrible person. And he kind of deserved that.
The amount of effort that this must have taken. He's living in your head rent-free, girl. Why'd you go back? Why'd you do that? Don't do that. Stay petty. Subscribe.